Hello, my dear students. How are you all? Hope all of you are doing great. So, it's been a long time, right? Last week we did not have a basic science class. Right. So, did you forget what we learned? Did you, my dear children? No, right? I hope no. We were learning about sexual reproduction in plants and vegetative propagation, right? Did you forget? No, all of you revised the topics, right? Yes. So, what were the ways we were learning about vegetative propagation? We learned, tell me. We learned stem cutting, we learned layering, we learned grafting. Isn't it so? Do you remember all this? Do you remember how we do them? Quite easy, right? Stem cutting is we just cut a stem and plant it. It grows into a new plant. Then layering. How about layering? When there is a bent part of a plant, we cover them with soil, right? And a root grows. Or there was another method which we could do that. How was it? It was by cutting around in a circle a side of a bark of the tree branch, and what we do, we cover it with coconut fiber. Do you remember that? And soil, and then we cover it with a polythene bag and wait for the roots to grow, and then cut it off from there and plant it elsewhere, right? That was layering. What about grafting? In grafting we learned two important words, stalk and the scion. Remember? Yes. I had showed you, right? Keeping the stalk down, we put the scion on the top. Do you remember? Good. So what happens there in grafting? We take two varieties of plants and club it together, right? Yes. So you remember everything? Good. Now we are going to learn a new method. Okay? Do you know what it is called? Did you read the textbook? Very good. So it is budding. Which is it? It is budding. Don't you want to know how we do this? Yes. All science students must be eager to know. How is that done? Why is it done? Okay? Keep questioning yourself so you can make studying science very interesting. Are you ready? So let's begin our class today. Good. So budding is somewhat similar to grafting, okay? But in grafting, what do? We put two branches together and grow a new plant, right? Here we are going to put a bud, a flower bud or any other bud to a bark of the another branch, okay? Only difference is we are using a bud here. And do you know where we use this budding method? For example, you want different colored roses in a single plant, okay? There should be only one plant, but in that plant so many different colors of roses should form. It would be very nice to see, right? It would be so beautiful. So what will we do for that? For such a method in which in a single plant different colors of flowers are formed, we can use budding. Would it be nice? Yes. So shall we check how will we do it? Good. We should take a branch, okay, the root part should be in the soil, and that bark, cut a small part of the bark in a T shape, the English alphabet T, cut it in that shape and then take a good quality bud, a very good bud, and then stick it together, put it on the bark in such a way that the bud is protruding out. Okay, the bud area should be faced outwards. Okay, and then tie it together. After some time, what happens? This both fuse together and we get a plant with the desired colors. Okay, if on a red rose plant you are putting the bud of a white plant and fusing it, then this plant will grow into another plant which has flowers with both red and white color. Okay, is that clear? Very good. So now we are familiar with different methods we can use to produce superior quality of plant varieties, isn't it not? Yes. So now here we have two crops, variety 1 and variety 2. Okay. So what is it asking? What is it saying? Variety 1 and variety 2, what are the specialities? Let us see. Variety 1 has a long lifespan, that is, it stays for long years. Okay, it lives for long years, and it gives a low yield. It produces very less fruits. Active growth in the soil. It grows very actively in the soil. That is, some plants only grow in cold conditions, some in hot. But this plant, it grows in our soil. It is apt for our soil. Okay. It has high resistance to disease. It doesn't catch disease very fast, very quickly. Okay. It resists diseases and it needs only less nurturing. We don't need to keep on taking care of it. Okay. It grows on its own. We just need to check it out. We don't need to take care of them so much. Now what about the second variety? It has a short lifespan. Okay, it doesn't live for long years, and it gives a high yield. That is, so much fruits are produced, but it has poor resistance to disease. It catches disease very fast. Okay, it has low resistance, and it has also poor growth in the soil. That is, in our soil, it doesn't grow so good. It also needs so much of nurturing. We need to keep on taking care of them. Okay, we need to take care of them very well, water it, cut it daily, look after it, nurture them. Okay, so now we saw both the varieties, isn't it so? Yes, we saw the variety 1 and variety 2, isn't it? Now what are the methods that we can adopt to get a sapling, to get a plant which has both the qualities of variety 1 and variety 2? Which all are the methods? We learned 4 ways now of vegetative propagation. Which methods can we use to combine the qualities of 2 varieties together? Tell me. Is it stem cutting? No. We are cutting it from the same plant, right? Then is it layering? No, layering produces another plant with the same characteristics, isn't it so? Yes. Then what do we have? Yes, grafting and budding. So both can be used to have a new sapling with both qualities of both the varieties. Clear? Yes. Now which variety can be selected as the stalk and which as the scion? Let's explain, right, what is stalk and scion. Stalk is the down part and the scion is the upper part while we are doing grafting. Isn't it so? Yes. So now tell me, variety 1 or variety 2, which can be used as the stalk and the scion? Stalk is the one which we grow below. So obviously it would be variety 1, right? But why? Yes, you can tell me. Okay, good. So he says it is the correct answer. What is it? Does anyone else know? Very good. So the stock will be variety 1 and the scion would be variety 2. But why? Because variety 1 grows in our soil actively, and that is the bottom part. Stalk is the bottom part of the new sapling, right? So we need that to actively grow in the soil, isn't it so? So variety 1 is the stalk and variety 2 is the scion. Now what would be the qualities of the plant formed by combining the two varieties? What would happen? It would have a high yield too, right? Along with the variety 1, it would have the long lifespan, active growth in the soil, high resistance to disease, needs less nurturing, because that is the stalk. And when we keep the scion, this scion has what characteristic? It has a characteristics of yielding more. So what happens? We get a plant with having high yield too. So we get around a perfect plant, isn't it so? Yes, because now the plant will have long lifespan, it will have high yield, active growth in the soil, high resistance to disease, and won't need much nurturing. Isn't it so? But we have to nurture it carefully because we grafted it, isn't it so? Yes. So my dear students, now what did we see? We saw how to do budding, right? Yes. So all this while, when both the classes we learned how plants of the same kind, right? Plants of the same kind with different qualities can be combined together to form good saplings, isn't it so? Right? We learned plants, same kind of plants with different qualities brought together to give a good sapling. Now, what other methods can be used to produce better quality seeds? All these were plants, but how do we produce better quality seeds? Let us look at that now. Are you understanding what ma'am is saying? Yes, okay. So there is one tall variety and a dwarf variety. What is a dwarf variety? A short variety. Okay. So now you see the tall variety has the following peculiarities, that is specialities. It may be from 20 to 30 meter high and it yields in around 6 to 10 years. To produce a fruit it takes around 6 to 10 years and its lifespan is around 80 to 100 years and it gives green colored coconut. Okay. The major varieties are West Coast Tall, East Coast Tall and Lakshadweep Ordinary, which is also known as Lakshadweep Ordinary. Okay. All these plants are of the tall variety. Okay. It is 20 to 30 meter high. It yields in around 6 to 10 years and its lifespan is of 80 to 100 years and it produces green colored coconut. Now let's check what about the dwarf variety. Dwarf variety is only around 8 to 10 meters high. How much was the tall? It is 20 to 30 meter high. But the dwarf is only 8 to 10 meters high. And it yields in around 3 to 5 years. It only takes 3 to 5 years. Where the tall one takes 6 to 10 years, the dwarf only takes 3 to 5 years to yield. But it has a short lifespan. It only lives for 30 to 35 years. It is very low compared to 80 to 100, right? Yes. And the color of the coconut here is yellow, orange and brown colored coconut. Okay. So which all? Yellow, orange and brown colored coconut. And what are the varieties of this? Chavakad orange, that is Chaugat orange. Chavakad green, Gangad Bundam. Gangad Bundam. Okay? Ganga Bondam and Chaugat orange. It is also known as Chavakad orange and Chavakad green. Okay? Yes. So we now observed the tall variety as well as the dwarf variety. Now what are the advantages of the tall and dwarf varieties? Do you have any idea? The tall variety is 20 to 30 meter high. Is it so? So isn't it difficult to climb and get the coconut from them? Yes, so that is a disadvantage. It yields in around 6 to 10 years. You have to wait for 6 to 10 years to get a fruit. But that is also a disadvantage. But what about its lifespan? It lives for 80 to 100 years, which is good. That is an advantage. And green colored coconuts are always good. So that is also considered an advantage. What about the short? What about the dwarf varieties? It is only 8 to 10 meter high. So it is easy for us to climb and it yields in around 4 to 5 years. So we get a yield faster than the tall variety. So that is its advantage. But the lifespan of it is short. That is a disadvantage. Right? Is it clear? So now here you have a small activity. Okay? This activity you are supposed to do it in your rough book. What will be the qualities of a new seed produced by combining tall and dwarf, that is short varieties of this plants which ma'am told you? Okay, you have to write down the qualities of a new seed produced combining the tall and dwarf varieties. Write it down in your rough book and keep it there. In the next class when Miss tells you what are the qualities, you can check it. Okay, but you have to write it down in your rough book. So the next we are going to learn a very important topic. Okay, all these were important. It may be asked for 3 to 4 marks about the budding, the grafting, the layering. All right, so you have to learn all this well. But the next coming topic is really important. Okay, you will learn more in detail in the higher classes too. So let us start. Okay. Topic is hybridization. What is it? Hybridization. Now what is hybridization? Hybridization is the method of producing new seeds through artificial pollination between plants of the same species but of different characteristics. Seeds formed in this manner may combine advantages, disadvantages and mixed qualities of both the parent plants. Seeds with desired qualities are selected from these. So what happens in hybridization? Hybridization is a method of producing new seeds. Okay, it is a method of producing new seeds through artificial pollination between plants. What is pollination? It's a process of linking two plants together, isn't it so? Yes. So that happens as a natural process. Okay, when the bees take some pollen grains and go to the another flower and put it, it happens. But this is through artificial pollination. Man is taking the pollen grains and putting it on both the plants. So how this artificial pollination is done? It is done on same species with different characteristics. On the same species with different characteristics. And seeds formed in this manner may combine advantages, disadvantages and also have the mixed qualities of the parent plant. Okay. The seeds, why? Because they are happening a pollination between the two plants. Okay. like we took different characteristics plants, okay. So sometimes it may have the advantages, sometimes the disadvantages, sometimes both mixed together. A variety of seeds are formed, and from these seeds, what is selected? The seeds we require is select, okay. So simply, hybridization is the method of producing new seeds through artificial pollination between plants of the same species but of different characteristics. Is it clear? So now more about hybridization we will learn in the next class. It is a very important topic, okay. Miss will take that in a separate session. Fine. So today we learned about budding and we gave an introduction to hybridization. Don't worry if you did not understand hybridization clearly, it will be taken in the next class, okay. Alright my dear students. So I hope this class was clear for you, okay. You can let me know your suggestion through the comment box below. Hope you will all attempt the activity ma'am gave you. You should write it in your rough book, don't forget, okay. So see you in the next class in the next week. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.